Chapter 6: Your Financial House and Measuring Success. My father taught me the importance of living debt-free and being financially independent, and I think that lesson has become more important than ever, with the issue of debt impact on people and nations being a front-page issue around the world. Taking a moment to consider the importance of avoiding debt is time well spent. Gaining financial independence has many components and many phases. One of those components is to get excited about your work. This part is why you need to enjoy what you do. You may have heard that if you enjoy what you are doing, you will work harder and have more enthusiasm for the job at hand. This is great truth indeed. There is great truth in this. As we discussed in the last chapter, hard work derived from the philosophy is an important part of getting what you want out of life. It is necessary to learn to embrace work, as we can't simply wait for a miracle to arrive or change our fortunes. Instead, we must all take proactive steps that will lead us to our goals. Many people, however, will work blindly without taking the time to reflect to their progress. Stopping periodically to assess and measure one's progress is a critical aspect to success. Setting a goal, as we have covered, is a central and vital place in the process of achieving your goals and financial independence. However, keeping track of your progress is key. If you ever tried to lose weight, then you already understand this idea very well. If you don't stop and weigh yourself from time to time to track your progress, then you don't really know how well your weight loss strategy is working. Likewise, without measuring your progress, it will be difficult for you to achieve the financial freedom that you seek. How many years would you like your child to spend in the 4th grade? More than likely your answer is 1 year. We distinctly teach our children to measure time in reasonable increments. After all, the bigger the job, the longer it may take to complete, even if you are completely focused. You can't ask someone to perform a complex task, then pump back in 5 minutes later and ask, "How is that coming along?" Keep this in mind with your own efforts. This issue of time underscores how important personal responsibility is in the process of success and personal development. Society doesn't demand the things from you that will make you financially independent, for example. Society does not demand that you take good care of yourself so that you can be healthy. Nor does society demand that you build a financial wall around your family. There is no law that you do any of the things. This all boils down to personal responsibility, self-education, and self-development. You might suspect that there is a moral judgment in all of this, but that is not necessarily the case. Consider for a moment that a bad person can make great decisions, and a wonderful person can make poor decisions. Your character and moral compass does not necessarily mean that you will make excellent decisions or horrible decisions. Good people can have temporary lapses in judgment, just like anyone else. Decision-making is more complex than black and white or left and right. However, this factor does highlight the importance of developing your personal philosophy and following it closely. Remember, being able to distinguish between danger and opportunity is one of the core elements that we are exploring in this book. Chapter 7: 6 Steps for Leading an Extraordinary Life. Extraordinary. In this final chapter, I want to discuss lifestyle and our personal relationships. Earlier, we discussed communication and its tremendous importance in the realm of business success. But it's important to remember that communication plays a role in our personal life as well. The more powerful a speaker you are, the more careful and measured you need to be with your words. This is part of living a good life. In fact, everything we have covered in this book is one fashion or another points towards being a positive contributing member of society. Leading a good life and trying to help others, ranging from one's family to one's community to one's country and hopefully even the world. If applied to your life, the principles of this book will enable you to live an extraordinary life, a life that you will find enriching and rewarding, and one that will help others prosper and grow as well. But what continues a good life? Obviously, you can get a variety of answers to this question, but I think most people will probably agree with the list that I have assembled. First, be productive. First on our list of 6 steps for leading an extraordinary life is being productive. Here is why. You won't be happy unless you are productive. The core of the world, productivity, is what you produce. Your goal should be to produce something of worth and value for the world. Don't sell yourself short, but instead strive to produce all that you can for your family and your fellow men. You will feel better about yourself and your life when you are producing and being productive. We all want to feel as though our lives have meaning and significance. One way to find meaning and purpose is to provide for one's family and for others in the world. Second, value relationships. The second element necessary for living a good life is to have good friends. Collect and cultivate relationships with people who know you, know what you are about and like you. Many people approach life from the perspective of me. However, in the end, these people are usually left sad and alone. When your focus is only on yourself, it is nearly impossible to cultivate real and lasting friendships that will stand up for the rest of time. That would stand up for the test of time. Those who do not contribute to society often find that they pay a price in the form of solitude, which is not that bad. I'd rather be alone than be surrounded by dumbasses. Medical research is strongly indicating that relationships can actually increase your lifespan. With this in mind, why not cultivate quality relationships? Just remember to make certain that friendships that you do cultivate are positive ones and those friends are positive force in your life. Better alone than in bad company. That's for sure. Number 3, respect your origins. The third element on your list is to know your culture, heritage, language, and history. Diversity is part of what has made America great. Understanding the contributions of our ancestors is the great multicultural and multi-ethnic nature is a must. 4, spiritual health. Don't forget to take time for your spiritual health. No matter what you believe, it is important to spend time focusing on your spirituality and your beliefs. Don't leave those beliefs unexplored and unstudied. This is part of the process of building a strong country, strong families, and strong communities. It is important to keep in mind that commonalities of beliefs, just like commonalities in culture and language, serve to help societies from strong bonds. It is important to keep in mind that commonalities of beliefs, just like commonalities in culture and language, serve to help societies form strong bonds. Without these bonds, it is difficult for societies to keep a tight and cohesive society over time. It is commonality of experience and shared identity that helps communities and countries thrive and grow. Build an inner circle. Number 5. Fifth, cultivate your inner circle and take the time to inspire your inner circle of friends and family. And this is important for so many reasons. Chief among these reasons is that your friends and family will in turn inspire you as well. Having an inner circle of friends and family also can serve to give you a buffer against the expected bumps, bruises, and unforeseen consequences of life. No matter how careful you are, no matter how much you work towards spotting the difference between danger and opportunity, you may occasionally fail. When these moments and other unexpected events occur, it is nice to know that you have friends and family to depend upon and rely upon. Otherwise, life can be a cold and lonely place. Many people often discover this truth once it's too late. 6. Plants the seeds. Finally, we come to God. Now I'm an amateur on the topic, but there's a couple of ideas I feel compelled to share. Consider this. God says, if you plant a seed, it will make the tree. What an amazing arrangement. God does not expect you to make a tree. He just expects you to plant the seed. This is exactly how the process of personal development and self-education works. If you plant the seed, God will do the rest. Ah, that would be so nice, wouldn't it? There will be a whole world out there, thanks to God, to help you along. However, we do have to participate in order to see miracles occur in our own lives. Miracles. More Jim Rohn. Well, you can go to jimrohn.com.